Hey, this is Travis, Southern Custom Creations President. We're going to be doing a little series of Meet the Members, and we've got Dustin Bagwell here. He's been a member since when?
Since about 2000, it was March of 2011. I joined up with Travis just through like a random Facebook message. I saw where they, kind of created their little BO club and was gaining a lot of followers through the Magnolia scene and all that, and I've hung around there pretty much throughout my teenage years. And right at, I guess y'all have what, 4 or 5 members in?
Right, yeah, we're just in the beginning of it.
Yeah, and I just hit them up and been here ever since.
Well, what's your favorite show that you attended since joining Southern Custom Creations?
Favorite show so far since I joined Southern Custom Creations, that's kind of a hard one. I mean, the first one that I actually went with the club ever with was Sparks in the Ozarks. And that was a real good one, just for getting to know everybody and all that. But my favorite show, because my truck actually got put in front of the Holly booth there, was LS Fest 2014, right after I just got done with the first little big part of my build on it. I've got stuff that I want to do here and there because we all just, we all have...
You never finish.
Yeah, we have a rolling canvas. You never just finish the painting.
Yeah.
And that was probably a real good highlight for me, getting that much recognition in front of Holly. That meant a lot to me.
What's your inspiration on the truck?
My inspiration through, basically it was a lot of family members. I had an uncle that had a 90s model. It was probably a 1990 dark blue, just regular cab lower truck. It wasn't nothing just crazy special, but I've always liked this body style of truck. And plus, y'all seen it before, my grandfather had a copper and tan 88,
right.
And that's where I got my two-tone scheme from. And doing the LS swap was more or less a thing in between me and my dad, because we both like the modernness of an LS motor, the fuel, just the fuel economy, the power, everything you can get out of it versus like, going big block or something like that.
Right.
It was just made it more modern.
Practical.
Made it way more practical to drive.
Right. There's a cool factor to it.
Oh yeah.
You don't see many, single cabs, show trucks. I mean, you see a lot of drag trucks and stuff that have been LS swapped, but you're taking a combination of performance and show and having a cool driver.
Exactly.
I think the driver so looks cool.
Yeah, and then a lot of, like the interior, I let a guy named Lee King just have free grain on the interior on the truck. And that just, I couldn't ask for a better job. Yeah. It was something simple and clean, but enough that it can make it stand out.
Right, yeah, it's very, it's got a street rod feel to it, and there's not another one out there, but it still kind of, makes people think because it retains some stock aspects of it.
Yeah, and there's a lot of, modern Chevrolet parts that went into it, and, that we just relocated, like the seats come from a 2011 Malibu. The factory brackets that we use for them were just mocked up, what we had there from 94.
Yeah.
And, it just took different styling cues from different things.
What are your favorite parts of the interior?
My favorite parts of the interior really are like, right there on the dash, there's a Holley EFI digital dash on it that I can interface with the full tune on the truck from nitrous, boost, or anything if I ever wanted to add that in the future.
Right.
And then, just having the option of if I wanted to change my gauge from RPM to a speed or air fuel ratio, anything I can do to push my finger.
It's a little Windows touchscreen. It's a pretty cool feature.
And then the other cool feature that I like is, of course, the handmade center console.
Yeah.
There's not going to be another one of them ever made ever. It's full sheet metal from the front side on the bezel, got the window switches mounted in it, and the thing that sets it apart is it's still fully functional, but there's actually a subwoofer box hidden inside of it that you cannot tell whatever have even been put in it.
Right.
And it sounds incredible.
Yeah, it slams for how small those subs are.
Yeah, all it is 2/8, and the box is literally about as big as a shoebox.
Right. And then I think another big feature that people like to see is your floor shifter.
Oh yeah, definitely. With a Hertz floor shifter, it sets it apart. Now, it just makes it a lot more comfortable to drive because you can throw one hand up on the steering wheel and have your other hand propped up on the shifter and cruise down through town.
Yeah. So you've definitely got the cross of it kind of steps out of the sport truck category because I think it's got more of a street rod muscle car feel than a modern sport truck that tries to look like a car. I think you've got a lot of good quality.
Yeah, I tried to make it a mix of both worlds because I knew that if I want to win overly done and try to make it look like a sports car, eventually 5 years down the road, it's just going to fade.
Right, you go out of style.
Yeah, and where if I just try to have a good mixture of both worlds and pick parts that would stand through time that I've seen, I've seen most of these parts, from the 90s all the way up. I mean, that floor shifter, they've had that same style ever since, before me and you were born.
Right.
So it just incorporated the right way, with the right color combination and all that we did in that build. It just made it set it apart with, with the simplicity of, a T-handle shifter.
Yeah. It's not going to go out of style, that's for sure. There's not one thing that stands out on the truck over everything else. It all blends nice together, and that'll help it to stay with the times. And it's modernized but not overdone.
Yeah.
But it's still tastefully within the boundaries of where it should be. With it being a 90s truck, it doesn't look like it was just. Yeah. It's like a concept. That should have been built.
Yeah, pretty much that's the way I based my build, was that it was something that it should have been built that way from the factory.
Right.
It's something that you can look back on even, 10, 15 years from now and look back on and be like, you can still ride around with this and be set apart from a lot of the other builds that are being built.
Mm-hmm. I think my car and your truck share a lot of the same similarities.
I agree.
It's just, mine's a car, convertible Camaro, and yours is a truck, but
yeah.
I think they definitely both fit in the same category as far as style goes.
Mm-hmm. We've all got the same goals, it's just different ways of doing it.
All right, well, we've got, we're going to follow up with another video of this truck with it finished and running. Like I said, we just, had a little bitty cam install introduction on this video. Hopefully next video you'll get to hear it, possibly see a dyno run, and we'll see where it goes from there. But remember to like, subscribe, and follow us. And we've got some stuff going on Instagram at MBF_car show. That's Magnolia Blossom Festival car show. That's the show we put on. And make sure to follow us on Instagram. We'll post when we're uploading a new video, and we'll try to bring you one a week, maybe two. We'll see how things go. Thanks, and look forward to seeing you next time.